Did you know that many people who receive chiropractic care report that it helps with much more than just reducing pain? According to a large recent survey of almost 35,000 people in the United States, almost 70% of them who had received chiropractic care reported that the chiropractic care improved their overall health and made them feel better. And over 40% of them also reported that chiropractic care improved their sleep, helped them to reduce their stress, or helped them to relax. This is very interesting, considering the amount of stress globally and the rising problem of mental health disorders. Mental health disorders, such as anxiety and depression, are a global issue and have been increasing at concerning rates over the last few decades. In 2017, it was estimated that almost 800 million people lived with a mental health disorder worldwide, and depression is considered by the World Health Organization to be one of the leading causes of disability in the world. You may be suffering from a mental health disorder yourself, or maybe you have in the past, or maybe you have a loved one or a friend that is struggling with it now. Let's explore what is known about mental health disorders and how chiropractic care may help. The two most common mental health disorders are anxiety and depression. Mental health disorders can affect people's daily lives and make everyday things such as sleeping, eating, working, socializing, or looking after your family really difficult. Some people experience such severe anxiety, depression, or other mental health issues that they can't even leave their own home. Because mental health disorders can be caused by so many things and are different for each person, they can be very difficult to treat. Often doctors will prescribe a combination of medication, counseling, or psychological therapy and self-care strategies like exercise, getting more quality sleep, and meditation, all of which are known to help some people. But have you ever considered trying chiropractic care? You may be wondering how an adjustment to your spine can help with mental health problems. Well, over the past 20 years, scientists have been exploring how chiropractic care affects a person's nervous system, and they found that chiropractic care undoubtedly changes the brain. And in particular, chiropractic adjustments change a part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. The prefrontal cortex is an area of the brain that is heavily involved in emotional control, and it influences our behaviors by dampening what is called the brain's limbic system. Now, the brain's limbic system is your emotional brain. Your threat detector is there, and it's always on high alert, looking for dangers. And the prefrontal cortex calms down that limbic brain. People with anxiety and depression have found to have an overactive limbic system and a low-functioning prefrontal cortex. This is probably due to chronic stress, because chronic stress shuts down the prefrontal cortex and boosts the limbic brain responses. Chronic stress like this usually results in an imbalance between our fight and flight autonomic nervous system, which is called the sympathetic nervous system, and the healing and calming autonomic nervous system, called the parasympathetic nervous system. We know that people who suffer from depression and anxiety and other mental health disorders have an imbalance in their autonomic nervous system, with a heightened fight and flight stress response and a shut down healing and calming parasympathetic nervous system. So they end up with high levels of adrenaline and stress hormones circulating through their system. This is why we think chiropractic care can help, because chiropractic care has been shown to enhance the healing and calming parasympathetic nervous system and to change processing within the prefrontal cortex. And this may be why so many thousands of people who see chiropractors reports that it helps them to relax, to feel less stressed, and why they just feel better. And this makes sense because the prefrontal cortex is known to balance the autonomic nervous system and to calm down that limbic brain. So this is most likely why so many people experience improvements under chiropractic care who suffer from anxiety and depression. Let's take a look at one of these research studies about how chiropractic care may help some people with mental health problems. There isn't yet a whole lot of research available that examines the effects of chiropractic care or other manual therapies for anxiety or depressive disorders or other mental health disorders. However, the research that does exist is promising and it's growing. One study published in 2016 by a group of researchers in Spain looked at the effects of two different forms of manual therapy on the symptoms of anxiety and depression in people with tension-type headaches. In this study, 84 people were split into two groups. One group only received soft tissue massage of the base of their skull, and the other group only received adjustments to their upper neck. The participants received this care for 4 weeks, and the researchers reported that the group that received the adjustments to the upper neck had the greatest improvements in their anxiety and depression symptoms. Now, this study wasn't specifically looking at the effects of chiropractic adjustments, but looked at the effects of spinal manipulation or neck manipulation, which is something that chiropractors are highly trained to be able to do safely and effectively. Therefore, this study provides some evidence that chiropractic care may be beneficial for people suffering from anxiety and depression. Obviously, we need more research to know for sure whether chiropractic care can help people with the different kinds of mental health disorders, and to better understand why so many thousands of people who do see chiropractors feel better, relax more, and feel less stressed when under chiropractic care. So if you or someone you know is suffering from anxiety, depression, or other mental health disorders, why not visit your family chiropractor to see if chiropractic care can help you feel better too?